Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. This is our meditation. The title of the meditation this week is The Words of Love. So, again, I really appreciate you joining me, and I hope that this can be just a few minutes of calm and peace that can set you up for the day or whatever you need. So again, let's begin. The words of love. Find a nice, comfortable seat or bed. Become aware of your body sitting in the chair or on the bed or on the floor, wherever you are. Just take time to notice. And this noticing is really just to bring us into this moment. There's always so many things going on in our lives, but this moment is a time that you've chosen to set aside for inner inquiry. So let's do that. Remind ourselves that we are here, sitting in the chair. Feel your body come into this moment. And one good way to do that, of course, is let's just take a moment to watch our breath. So no special way of breathing required, but just take a little while to just sit and notice your breathing, your in-breath and your out-breath. Through your nose, feel it entering your nose, out your mouth, feel the breath releasing through your mouth or your nose. Just take a moment, watch your breath. I am present, I am breathing. I'm breathing, I'm present. And now for the short time that we're together here, being still. Let's set aside some of the parts of us that are not so still, as we always do. Set aside your past, the concepts of the past, the mistakes of the past, the wonderful things of the past. They are all now past. They actually don't exist other than in the memory, recorded. So just for a moment, let them be, set them aside. Similarly for the future. Set aside just for this short time together. Your worries about the future, your hopes for the future, all that. Just for this moment, be as if there is no future. And in the present, let's let go, set aside all concepts we have about who we are, the story of our life, who we think we're supposed to be, who we wish we were or wish we weren't. All that could still be here when you come back, but just for this moment, let it go. Empty of the past, empty of the future, empty of the concepts of you. And in that emptiness, let's step into the room of life. without the past, without the future, without the concepts. You're empty, but there is still remaining an awareness. You know you're here. You are, we are aware that we're alive. We're aware of our body. We're aware of the activity of our mind. We're aware of what we see and hear and smell and taste and touch. We're aware of all that. This may seem so obvious, but ponder this for a moment. What we are fundamentally is this awareness. We are not what we see and hear and taste and touch and smell and feel and perceive and experience. We are not those things. We are the one who is aware. So just sit in that awareness. If you look for a location where that awareness is inside you, try that for a moment. Where is that awareness? In your big toe, in your ankle, in your legs, in your tummy, in your chest, in your throat, in your brain, in your head? Look for that awareness. Sometimes you look in one place and you feel like it's somewhere else, because you are aware of your body and your mind. But you are more than your body and your mind. You're aware of the activities of the body and mind. You are, we are that awareness. Notice that that awareness is not a sense of emptiness, but a sense of somethingness. And that somethingness is that which we fundamentally are, awareness. We are part of, inseparable from, the awareness from which all that is arises. The universe, and perhaps multiple universes, arise within awareness of infinite, size and eternal time, beyond time and space. Awareness creates time and space. Our awareness, like the awareness from which we arise, is beyond the time and space. So just for a moment, and you can feel free to pause this recording any moment, any time. Just sit with this awareness that you are and notice the stillness, the quiet, no judgment, no sickness, no depression, no limits. That which we face every day in the time and space world is cradled within something much, much more vast that is not measurable in time and space. It is from here that all wisdom arises. All creativity arises. All language, words arise. So when we look for words to describe this experience, it's hard. It's true in everyday life too. Looking for words that describe that which is most important to us: love, community, togetherness, freedom. These are all words that just don't quite make it. They don't quite describe it. So when we search for words to share with others what we experience or what's important to us, perhaps they're best sourced from the awareness from which all arises, the heart from which all arises. Then perhaps what will land with others is not just the word in some definition described in a dictionary, but an experience of that from which words and experience and all things arise. That's why the teachers of history have so often said things like, the greatest prayer is silence. Or if we are to describe the nature of awareness of God, silence is the only best way. Now we all know that we live in a world where we need to use words, at least for now. But let's make the source of those words be the wisdom from which all arises. Let the words arise from within you, and their impact will be much, much more than the definition in a book. I think it's not a coincidence that the Old Testament begins with words like, in the beginning was the Word. And from there, the Word was made real, manifest. In this sense, the Word is the unspeakable meaning beneath word, the truth beneath that which is spoken. Perhaps that is where we should seat ourselves when we speak about that which is important to us. There's lots of interactions in the day where we just need words to get things done, like buying things and all those everyday things. But when we are in moments where we really seek to explain to others, illustrate to others, demonstrate to others what we feel is most important, let's go to this place. Speak from here. Then paradoxically, what will be experienced is more than the meaning of the words, but the heart with which those words originated. So again, feel free to turn this recording off at any point and just sit in silent awareness. Let the peace, love, silence, equanimity wash over you. And when you're ready, just become conscious again of where you're sitting. And any of those things you set aside that you need for today, then of course pick them up. But perhaps there's a lot of that you left aside that we don't need to pick up. Maybe there's a lot of concepts about ourselves, our gifts, our weaknesses, our achievements, our failures. Perhaps we don't need to carry those with us so much. Do we need to carry the past with us? Of course, there's a richness in much of our past. It's not about pretending there is no past. Our memories of the past often colour our lives with great richness. But let's recognize that they are memories of the recreating of experiences from our memory. We can, of course, value those people that were part of that, all of that. There's no need to ignore history. There's much to learn. But perhaps you can release the judgment of yourself. And similarly for the future. There's plenty to worry about. But perhaps envisioning the future that you would love to see and would love to contribute to build might be the best way to approach each day. Again, no need to pretend. But to be consumed by worry about the future takes you away from the present moment that you can contribute that which is most beautiful and important about you. So thank you. Thanks for joining today. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.